What would you do if the army of robots that Ultron controlled is coming to take your job? China is currently building a factory of robots all controlled by one hive mind. They learn from one another, and they get better the more they work. This is no longer a hypothetical situation. The hive mind is real. And once you find out what's running under the hood of these humanoid co-workers, you'll start questioning everything. But how did an unknown robotics company pull this off in the first place? In the future, we will have a bunch of humanoid robots dressed like they just got hired at a tech-savvy auto factory, marching in perfect sync, and not because someone's pressing play on a dance routine. But wait, this is not the future. It's happening right now. Welcome to UBTECH's Swarm Intelligence Factory Training 2.0. Basically, robot boot camp with a twist of genius. Instead of one lonely robot awkwardly fumbling through a task like it's learning to walk on ice, we've got a full squad of Walker S1s collaborating across different scenarios. Think Avengers, but instead of saving the world, they're learning how to run a smart factory like Zeekers, building cars with almost eerie precision and coordination. The magic sauce behind all this is something UBTECH calls BrainNet. No, it's not a Marvel plot device. It's a decentralized AI framework that lets each robot think for itself and share what it learns with the group. One walker figures out how to install a car door faster, the others immediately know how to do it too. It's basically a workplace group chat where no one ignores the messages and everyone actually does the work. Imagine if every time one of your coworkers figured something out, your entire office suddenly got smarter. Terrifying, right? But also kind of incredible. And who's behind this army of factory floor androids? UBTECH Robotics, of course. The same folks who've been building humanoid robots for years and who just said, hey, what if we gave them the ability to team up and actually be useful? With Factory Training 2.0, they've cracked the code on turning humanoids from novelty gadgets into legitimate workers. Walker's not just walking anymore. He's welding, assembling, checking quality, and probably judging your work ethic. So let's have a closer look at this robot that's redefining the workplace and possibly coming for your job. Meet Walker S1, UBTECH's latest humanoid robot, who's decided it's done being a science experiment and is now ready to clock in like the rest of us. Well, minus the coffee addiction and existential dread. Walker S1 isn't your clunky, stiff-jointed, slightly creepy humanoid from 10 years ago. No, this is the upgraded, factory-ready, full-time employee version that's probably better at your job than you are. Walker S1 is UBTECH's pride and joy, a humanoid robot designed to move like a human, think like a team player, and work like it's gunning for Employee of the Month. So what makes Walker S1 so special? For starters, it's got legs. Really good legs. It can walk, balance, squat, shift its weight, and even navigate complex factory environments without tripping over its own feet, or yours. But it doesn't stop there. Walker's arms are dexterous enough to perform precision tasks, like grabbing, twisting, turning, and assembling tiny components, which is honestly more than most of us can do before our second cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. Walker S1 doesn't just do tasks, it learns them. Thanks to UBTECH's BrainNet framework, Walker can absorb new skills, adapt to changing environments, and share knowledge with its fellow robot co-workers like it's part of a high-functioning hive mind. If one Walker figures out how to open a new type of valve, suddenly all the Walkers can do it. It's like group learning without the group project drama. Under the hood, well, under the shell, Walker S1 is loaded with sensors, cameras, AI processors, and enough tech to make a drone jealous. It can see its surroundings, understand human gestures, avoid obstacles, and make real-time decisions. It's basically like having a coworker who never complains, never gets tired, and never eats your lunch from the break room fridge. Of course, none of this would exist without UBTECH Robotics, the masterminds behind Walker S1. These folks have been quietly revolutionizing humanoid robotics while the rest of us were still struggling with autocorrect. Their goal? To build robots that are more than just high-tech toys. They're aiming for real-world utility, and with Walker S1, they've delivered a robot that's equal parts sci-fi and seriously practical. But the reason for UBTECH's success has nothing to do with their robots, but something completely different. Before we move on to the next section, don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video so far. This is the company responsible for turning humanoid robots from sci-fi fantasy into full-blown reality. If Iron Man had a nerdy cousin who loved robots more than flying suits, that would be UBTECH. Founded in 2012 in Shenzhen, China, aka the Silicon Valley of hardware, UBTECH started out with a dream: to make robots that weren't just showpieces for tech expos, but actual, helpful companions in our daily lives. While most companies were still trying to get robots to walk without face planting, UBTECH was already thinking ahead, like, what if they could work too? And boom, just like that, the seeds of Walker were planted. Their first splash came with a lineup of robot kits for kids and hobbyists, basically robot Legos with brains. Then came Alpha, the dancing, backflipping robot that looked like it belonged on stage with a K-pop group. Cute, impressive, but UBTECH wasn't here to just make party tricks. They wanted impact. That's when things got serious. Enter the Walker series. Sleek, tall humanoid bots that could do real-world tasks, and more importantly, not trip over cables like your uncle at a wedding. The big breakthrough? Their AI platform called BrainNet. It's the core of their robotic intelligence system, and it's what lets robots like Walker S1 learn, adapt, and share knowledge across a whole team. Kind of like if robots had Wi-Fi-enabled telepathy. Powered by machine learning, vision systems, and real-time processing, BrainNet turns these robots into a true collaborative workforce, not just overpriced mannequins. Behind all of this is a team of brilliant engineers, roboticists, and probably a few exhausted coffee machines, all led by UBTECH founder James Zhou. He's the guy who said, "Why not make humanoid robots the future of labor?" while the rest of the world was still figuring out if drones should deliver tacos. Today, UBTECH is a global leader in humanoid robotics, with partnerships in education, healthcare, logistics, and now, factory automation. So if you ever feel like your job is getting a little too repetitive, don't worry. UBTECH has probably already built a walker who can do it better, faster, and without ever needing a bathroom break. And all of this is possible thanks to the robot playground known as Zeekr, the Willy Wonka chocolate factory for robots. The Zeekr factory is pretty simple to explain. Think of it as the high-tech playground where robots like Walker S1 stretch their metallic legs and get down to some serious business. If Willy Wonka made electric cars instead of candy and replaced the Oompa Loompas with AI-powered humanoids, you'd get something close to what Zeekr has built. But the way it works is infinitely more complex than Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Zeekr is the brainchild of Geely, the massive Chinese automotive giant that also owns Volvo, Lotus, and a handful of other iconic brands you probably didn't know were now speaking fluent Mandarin. Launched in 2021, Zeekr was Geely's way of saying, "All right, Tesla, step aside. We're here to shake up the EV world too." And they weren't kidding. Zeekr isn't just making electric cars, they're making luxury EVs that look like they came from the year 2045, but are somehow already parked in someone's driveway. Now, back to the factory. Zeekr's smart factory isn't your average noisy, greasy car plant where people scream over clanging metal. No, this place is whisper quiet, ultra clean, and packed with more sensors, cameras, and robots than a sci-fi thriller. It's like a giant Apple store, but instead of iPhones, they're assembling high-performance EVs with futuristic precision. What really sets it apart is the way Zeekr integrates AI and automation into every inch of the production line. And now, with UBTECH's Walker S1 humanoids joining the workforce, it's reached a whole new level of innovation. These robots aren't just pushing buttons, they're collaborating across tasks, performing quality checks, and making real-time decisions like seasoned pros who skip the union orientation. All of this is made possible by Geely's investment in smart manufacturing and its vision of building a vertically integrated EV ecosystem. Zeekr's factory isn't just where cars are made, it's where the future of industrial labor is being redefined. And let's be honest, having humanoid robots build your car is way cooler than a bunch of anonymous mechanical arms. Do you think these robots could fully automate a production line in 5 years? Let us know in the comments below. Here's another video AI enthusiasts loved watching. This is AI Exposed, demystifying the world of artificial intelligence, one video at a time.